Furthermore, Vince McMahon is an absolute tyrant! A tyrant! How about medical? Why don't you take care of people, you bastard?
What about dental?
Yeah, what about dental? Yeah!
Listen to them. Most annoying pro wrestling experts of the night. What irritating nonsense they make. Rawfield, where are my victims? Master, I wasn't able to get you any victims. None of them have any medical. They can't afford to be bitten, Master. But if I have no victims, then I won't be able to feed. I guess I have to go see the big boss. McMahon, you will give them medical insurance. You will.
Security? Somebody get Vampiro the fuck out of here!
For a man who hasn't even lived a single lifetime, you are a wise man, McMahon. Whatever shall I do? Apparently, I'm not going to be able to feed on the pro wrestlers. I guess I'll have to settle for that skinny guy and that fat guy. Oh, Chip!
Oh, Lou, where are you going? Wrestling scripted, come back, Lou!
Welcome to Pharaoh's Corner. Happy Halloween. We are here at my home away from home, the Kings Park Psychiatric Center. Well, we just come fresh off the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view over at WWE, and I gotta tell you, I'm actually somewhat enthused. Although I wasn't really that big into the whole Roman Reigns tribal storyline, I do like the fact that it came to its conclusion, even though I kind of knew Roman Reigns was gonna win this feud, but at least it played out. It's always good when you don't cut something off at the pass. The Drew McIntyre-Randy Orton feud ended, to me, a little bit surprising. Randy Orton is now the 14-time World Heavyweight Champion. During the feud, I felt like, although it may have gone a little long in my book, I almost felt like Randy was just being served up to continue to make Drew look strong. However, that's not the deal. Randy Orton actually does get the win and gets the belt. Do I think Drew will get it back? Yeah, I do. Drew McIntyre held the title during the worst time to possibly hold his first championship. We're talking about COVID. We're talking about low ratings. We're talking about no fans in the stands, So he had a lot going against him. Do I think the next time he gets the belt it'll be better? That all depends. Can we get rid of the COVID, please? So I'm pretty pleased as far as it goes, as far as mature story writing goes, at least in recently, like the Hell in a Cell, there was a payoff. Those were long, carefully prepared scripts, and they had their endings, and that's good. And onward we go. On another subject, the most boring, uneventful holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase, Otis, has lost his briefcase to The Miz. Makes perfect sense to me. I never thought that Otis should have held the briefcase in the first place. He's a good character. I'm not saying he's not. He's entertaining, that's for sure. Is he worthy of holding a briefcase? Do I take him seriously as a possible world champion? Oh, come on. No, not right now. Not with the gimmick I see. So, it's funny too, The Miz gets the briefcase. I felt that several years back, and most fans probably know what I'm talking about, there was a period where Miz should have been champion. Miz was red hot. He was on top of his game. He had Maurice with him. He was doing amazing. So, in a way, I think it's much more interesting that a character like The Miz is holding the briefcase, and with Randy Orton champion and their history, some things may be worth repeating. So I think that that would be a much more entertaining program. Do I want to see Otis attempt to cash in on Randy Orton? I got 3 letters for you in that case. RKO. Give me a break. I have seen this now too many times. I was watching AEW last night, and the women's champion, and I'm not trying to single out any background of any kind, so let's get this straight. If you have a language barrier and you're a pro wrestler and you're going to do a promo, and you have a language barrier and it's very obvious, you should have a manager. They have a pay-per-view coming up in a couple of weeks at AEW, and here's the women's champion, and she's standing up there. I barely got a vibe off her because she can't speak English. And it's okay if you can't speak English. I'm not saying that that's a crime, for God's sakes. However, if you're doing a promo, you should be able to do a little bit better than the person's name you're going to wrestle and you want to fight them. That's all you got for me? That was the most unmotivating promo I've ever seen, because it's not fair to the wrestler. She clearly has a problem with the language. Get her a manager. Can we have something more effective, please? It's funny that this is AEW, the cutting-edge company. Come on. Nakamura and Asuka, they both figured it out over time that we can't keep having them struggle through the English language. To Nakamura's credit, he's funny when he speaks English anyway, because he's a very talented, charismatic guy. In Asuka's case, they let her just start blittering Japanese at the top of her lungs. She's comfortable in her native language, and she comes across better. So all I'm saying is if you've got a language barrier, know your wrestler that works for you and give them the best chance to get over on promos. Get them a manager. All right. Anyway, I think it's been a pretty good week in general, though, for wrestling. It's starting to catch my interest a little bit more again, because I was getting actually really burnt out from, you know, the plethora of programs and the things to choose from. Sometimes I wonder if we have too much to choose from. I think that might be the case. I'm really not sure. Anyway, I'm off to frolic and make sure I don't get, you know, arrested or something like that. Let me see if I can behave myself. Happy Halloween. Later. Where'd he go?
It's alive! Alive!